Hi everyone, welcome back to Bringing More to the Table. Today I'm going to be making a delicious beef cabbage soup. Super simple, easy ingredients, and I'll let you know what I've got. So I've got about 1.5 pounds here of lean ground beef, which I'm going to put in a pot and boil to cook it, so that'll take off all the fat and grease, and then it will go back into the pot with the vegetables. So for my vegetables, I have 2 carrots, 2 medium-sized carrots, half a chopped onion, and 2 celery stalks. And then I have my cabbage here, which is approximately half a cabbage cut up and chopped. And then I'm going to be using a vegetable broth, a can of diced tomatoes, and some seasonings. So once I get my meat cooked, I'll be back and I'll let you know what the seasonings are. Okay, so I have my ground beef cooking here in the pot. I just covered it with water, cold water, and then turned it on to a medium heat just to let it simmer until it's cooked. Maybe it takes about 5 minutes. So once your ground beef is cooked, you're going to drain it off, and then you're going to put the beef back into the pot, and then you're going to add in your vegetables and your soup stock, probably maybe some water and some spices. So I'm going to get this finished, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've drained my meat here. So in my pot, I just put the ground beef right back into the pot after I drained it. I didn't rinse the pot because you'll have flavor from the beef cooking in there. So now I've just got my ground beef in here, and I'm going to add in my vegetables. So my carrots, onion, and celery right into the pot. And like I said, this was 2 stalks of celery, 2 medium-sized carrots, and half of a white onion. Now I am going to use 1 can of diced tomatoes. The tomatoes will add some flavor and give it a nice texture as well. And then this is half a cabbage that I chopped up. So this is going right in here as well. Now you can make more if you like. I just didn't need like a big pot of soup. So this is going to be quite a large pot already. As you can see, it's starting to fill the pot up, and I don't even have any liquid in there yet. So I'm going to use vegetable broth in here, and you can make your own. This is store-bought, whatever you may need or have in your home or your area. You could probably just use plain water as well, and then just season it up. So the seasonings I'm going to put into this today are going to be some pepper, a little bit of salt, not a lot of salt, and some oregano and some thyme and a bay leaf. So that's all going to go right into my pot, and I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to let this cook for about an hour to an hour and a half because the cabbage needs to get nice and tender. So it does need that time to cook. So I think I'll probably add in about a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of thyme. The pepper you can do to taste, maybe half a teaspoon, and probably 2 bay leaves. All right, so we'll see you shortly. Okay, so I've got my soup here on the stove cooking. So as you can see, it's boiling. It's at a simmer at about 4. I'm going to turn it down just a bit because I don't want it to boil over, and put the lid on it to keep from all your liquid evaporating. Now I did use the 1 container of vegetable broth, and then I covered the rest with water to cover the rest of the vegetables in the pot. So as your soup cooks, you're probably going to lose a little bit of liquid. If you want more liquid, you can just add some water to it. Don't over season it in the beginning either, because you got to let it cook a bit to get the flavors going through. So I did put about a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of thyme. I did pepper to taste, and I put a pinch of salt in here as well, and 2 bay leaves. And that's it. So this is going to cook. Once it's done, we'll show you how it looks, and I'm sure it's going to be great. This is a super simple soup and very delicious. Okay, so my soup is done. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half now. So the cabbage is nice and tender. And I did go ahead and I added a can of yellow wax beans as well. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. This is a super easy soup, very delicious, heart-friendly, and low-calorie if you're looking for something like that. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel.